In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 quick things you can do to impress a recruiter during a job interview. Let's go. Now, I was a corporate recruiter for about 3 years, and I've been in talent acquisition and recruiting overall for 13 years. So what I'm about to tell you, I'm telling you from experience. Recruiters are typically 3 things: busy and overworked with too many recs to work on. 2, their technical understanding of the roles they work on is relatively surface level. Most of them are not engineers, marketers, accountants by trade. They learn those things at a surface level, enough to go through and fill the roles. And then finally, they are often severely underappreciated by the partners they work with. So I'm telling you these things for one reason and one reason only. The following tips are going to help you use these facts to your advantage to impress them in the interview process and help you get to the next round. Let's do that now. Now, the first thing I mentioned is they are incredibly busy. I know that some corporate recruiters have 70, 75 different roles to work on at any given time. And when you have that many positions, it is hard to be efficient and give time to everything that you're working on. It's almost untenable. So how can you take advantage of this as a candidate? Well, first things first, you want to be incredibly well informed. One of the first things I would always ask candidates when I interviewed them, when I was a recruiter at Rockwell Automation, I would say, what do you know about Rockwell? And often they were like, and they didn't really know a lot. But those candidates who knew a ton about the organization and were incredibly prepared, that was very helpful. And those were candidates I tended to fast track through the process. They came into the interview process not wasting anyone's time. They were informed, they were ready to go. They knew about the company, its products, its history, services, etc. And they were ready to move forward. I always appreciated that. They were also prepared to tell me a little bit about how they were qualified for the job. And then being able to do that quickly and efficiently really helped me understand the value they brought to the position and how strong of a candidate they were. Now, the next thing I said is that recruiters, their understanding of the roles they work on is relatively surface level. I have a business degree, but I worked with computer science majors, computer engineering majors. So me understanding that they needed to know Python versus how to actually code in Python, 2 very different things. So whenever you're interviewing with a recruiter, you have to go into it understanding that some of the things they are going to be asking you, they're not going to understand the answers to. So it is important to you to convey the alignment. So you should go into it knowing, okay, here are the responsibilities for the role. Here's where I have that experience in my background, and be prepared to show them how you are a fit. You have to think about it like this. What recruiters are going to do is they're going to talk to you, they're going to take notes, and then they're going to send an email to the hiring manager saying Ben was a great fit because he met blank, 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 blank. So knowing this, what should you do? You should look at the job description, 5 years of Python. You could say to them, I've got 7 years of Python, I've got experience in Java. You want to make it easy for them to understand, yes, Ben is a match. And then on top of that, knowing about the job, knowing about the requirements, knowing about what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, come with examples and stories so that they can share them with the hiring manager, right? So if you can say to them, at my last company, Ben, I led a project of blank people, specifically doing blank, and over this time period, we were able to make a significant improvement by implementing blank. That's a lot of blanks, but you get what I'm saying, right? You are crafting stories for them so they can share that message verbatim with the hiring manager so the hiring manager can see you are highly qualified. Just think about it this way. They're not going to be able to convey everything you're saying if they need to piece it together. But if you give them 1 story or 2 stories demonstrating role fit, and they're able to share that with the hiring manager verbatim, it's like you being able to tell the hiring manager, I am qualified for your role, and here's an example of why. So come in with great stories, understanding the recruiter isn't gonna know every single technical bit that you were sharing with them, but if you share a good enough story that they can type over and send to the hiring manager, you're going to increase the likelihood you get moved to the next round. Now, finally, one of the things that I think is kind of sad and true is that recruiters are really underappreciated often in the organizations they work for. Now, some organizations treat recruiters like a true talent partner, and that is fantastic. But I know from working in recruitment for 13 years that I had hiring managers who saw me as just a recruiter, someone they had to go through in order to fill their position. So as a result of that, they don't get a lot of thanks, a lot of thank yous, and a lot of appreciation. One of the ways you can stand out as a candidate is by showing them appreciation they don't often get. So how do you do that? Well, you can write them a fantastic thank you email. A lot of candidates send thank you emails, but who do they send them to? They send them to the hiring manager, and that's great. Continue to do that. But I would also advise you to send a powerful thank you email to the recruiter as well. Now, some of you are wondering, okay, great, Ben, but what's a powerful thank you email? This right here is a powerful thank you email. If you watch this video and you take notes and then you write a thank you email following those instructions to your recruiter, it is going to blow them away. You will stand out and you are going to increase the likelihood that they move you on to the next steps. So watch this now.